Imagine this scenario. It is a Tuesday evening. You are exhausted. You have had a brutal day at work, and all you want to do is go home, put on your sweatpants, and stare at the wall in silence. Then, your phone buzzes. It's a friend asking you to help them move a couch, or a coworker asking you to cover a shift, or a family member asking for a favor that you absolutely do not have the energy for. Your brain instantly screams, "No, I can't, I am empty." Every cell in your body is begging you to protect your peace. But then, you imagine their face. You imagine their disappointment. You feel a physical knot of anxiety tighten in your chest. A wave of panic that feels almost like you are about to die. And before you can stop yourself, you hear your own voice, chirpy, polite, and completely fake, saying, "Sure, I'd love to help. No problem at all." The moment you hang up, the panic vanishes, but it is instantly replaced by a heavy, dark cloud of resentment. You are angry at them for asking, but mostly, you are furious with yourself. You wonder, why am I like this? Why am I such a doormat? If this scene sounds familiar, I need you to listen very closely. You have likely spent your life telling yourself that you are just too nice. You think you are simply a generous, kind-hearted person who loves to make others happy. But I am here to tell you the brutal, liberating truth. This behavior is not kindness, it is not generosity, and it is certainly not a personality quirk. You are experiencing a high-speed trauma response known as fawning. You are not saying yes because you want to help. You are saying yes because your nervous system has been wired to believe that saying no will result in abandonment, danger, or the total collapse of your relationships. Today, we are going to perform surgery on the psychology of the people pleaser. We are going to uncover why you are setting yourself on fire to keep others warm and how to finally put out the flames. To understand why you can't set boundaries, we have to look at your biology. Most people know the classic survival responses: fight, attack the threat, flight, run from the threat, and freeze, play dead. But for complex social animals like humans, there is a fourth F, fawn. Fawning is the please and appease response. In nature, a smaller dog might roll over and expose its belly to a larger, aggressive dog. It is signaling, "I am not a threat, I am helpful. Please don't hurt me." For humans, this response is almost always installed in childhood. Psychologists call this parentification, or conditional attachment. If you grew up in a home where a parent was emotionally volatile, narcissistic, or struggling with addiction, you learned very quickly that your safety depended on your ability to read the room. You became a miniature detective. You learned to scan your parents' face for micro-expressions of anger. You learned that if you were good, if you were quiet, if you had no needs of your own, you were safe. But if you expressed a need or if you said no, the emotional climate of the house would explode. So, your developing brain wired a permanent equation: having needs, danger, being helpful, safety. This is why saying no to your friend today feels physically terrifying. Your logical brain knows it's just a couch. But your amygdala, the ancient danger center of your brain, perceives that no as a life or death risk. You aren't weak, you are triggered. You are a child in an adult's body trying to survive a threat that is no longer there. There is a biological reason why this fear is so potent. Neuroscientists have conducted studies using fMRI scans to see what happens in the brain during social rejection. When people feel excluded or disapproved of, the exact same regions of the brain light up as when they experience physical pain. For the people pleaser, the anticipation of disappointing someone activates this pain matrix. The thought of your friend's frown or your boss's cold tone feels, to your brain, like being punched in the stomach. So, when you say yes, when you mean no, you are engaging in pain avoidance. You are taking a hit of immediate relief to avoid the phantom punch of rejection. But here is the twist. You are also engaging in a form of manipulation. This is hard to hear, but it is important. People-pleasing is often a way of trying to control other people's emotions. You think, if I do everything perfectly, they will never be mad at me, and I will never have to feel unsafe. You are trying to curate their reaction to you. It is a control mechanism disguised as kindness. True intimacy requires honesty, and by hiding your real feelings, you are denying the other person the chance to know the real you. You are presenting a curated, nice avatar, while the real you is screaming behind a glass wall. Over time, this survival strategy leads to a phenomenon known as the Chameleon Effect. You become so good at merging with others, liking what they like, agreeing with their opinions, sensing their needs before they even ask, that you lose track of who you actually are. You might find that you struggle to answer simple questions like, what do you want to eat? Or, what movie do you want to watch? You genuinely don't know. You are waiting to see what the other person wants so you can want that too. This is not flexibility. This is self-erasure. You have become a mirror, reflecting everyone else but containing nothing of your own. This hollowness is why people-pleasers are so prone to burnout and depression. You are a car that is driving everyone else to their destinations, but you never stop for gas. Eventually, the engine seizes. The resentment you feel is actually your psyche's immune system trying to fight back. It is the last part of you that knows you deserve to exist, screaming for attention. There is a dangerous side effect to this behavior. In nature, predators look for prey that will not fight back. In human relationships, people-pleasers emit a signal that is visible from space to narcissists and energy vampires. A healthy person respects boundaries. If you say no to a healthy person, they say, okay, no problem. But a narcissist takes no as an insult. They are looking for someone who has porous boundaries. They are looking for someone who will apologize for things they didn't do. When a people-pleaser meets a narcissist, it creates a toxic lock and key. The narcissist feels entitled to take, and you feel obligated to give. You think, if I just give a little more, they will finally appreciate me. But the bucket has a hole in it. You can pour your entire soul into them, and they will still be empty, and you will be dead. The only way to win that game is to stop playing. So, how do we break a neural pathway that has been reinforced for decades? We cannot change overnight, but we can start to install speed bumps. The biggest enemy of the people-pleaser is urgency. You feel you must answer now. You don't. Adopt a blanket policy for all requests, the 24-hour rule. Memorize this script. Let me check my calendar, capacity, and get back to you. This phrase buys you freedom. It allows you to leave the high-pressure situation, go home, let your cortisol drop, and ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? If the answer is no, you can text them later. It is much easier to hold a boundary via text than face-to-face. You have to accept that setting boundaries will feel wrong. It will feel like you are being mean. Your brain will scream, they hate me. This is called growing pains. Treat the guilt like a fever. It is a sign your body is fighting the infection of people-pleasing. Sit with the guilt. Do not fix it. Just let it be there. Remind yourself, I am allowed to disappoint people and still be a good person. Start small. Don't start with your mother or your boss. Start with the barista who gave you the wrong drink. Say, actually, I asked for oat milk. Start with the friend who interrupts you. Say, hold on, let me finish my thought. These are micro no's. They train your nervous system that the world does not end when you assert yourself. Each micro no builds the muscle for the big no. I want you to understand this deeply. Your value as a human being is not measured by how useful you are to others. You are not a utility appliance. You are a person. No is a complete sentence. It does not require an explanation. It does not require an apology. Authentic kindness is not about doing everything for everyone. It is about showing up as your real self. And sometimes, the kindest thing you can do, for them and for you, is to set a boundary that allows you to breathe. I'm curious. What is the most ridiculous thing you have ever agreed to just because you were too afraid to say no? Share it in the comments. Let's laugh at our fawning moments together. And if you're wondering why, even when you do rest, you feel like you are wasting time, that is a whole other trap called toxic productivity. We dismantle that in this next video. Click here to watch, and I'll see you there.